Okay, we're going to make a facial emollient, facial cream, facial moisturizer, call it what you want, but this is going to be something that's going to be for your face. And it is really not meant for oily prone skin. So if your face tends to either break out or have natural oils, you probably don't need this. So save this for somebody else who does, or have some on hand for the times when you do feel especially dry. And for me, that would be after swimming, or sometimes in the middle of the winter. That winter skin kind of starts to come out and bother my skin, so this would be good for that. But it's a great little emollient to have on hand, and it's one of the easiest recipes in the My Buttered Life Personal Edition to make, because there are only 2 ingredients. So we're starting with an easy one here. So using the double boiler method, which again means that you're going to put your ingredients in some kind of a container that can withstand the heat. This is going to go inside a pot with boiling water. So obviously make sure that the water doesn't come in contact with your ingredients and your Pyrex, but you measure out your beeswax, only 2 ingredients, like I was telling you. Okay, I'm going to reset my scale. I highly recommend that you use a scale for weighing instead of measuring, but you could measure. Right now it's toward the tail end of our summer, so the coconut oil that I'm adding to this is pure liquid. If I were to be trying to make this in the winter, it would be solid. So right now it's over 76 degrees in our house, and it is in liquid form. So I'm going to measure out my coconut oil. And again, you can use whatever coconut oil you use in the kitchen, is just as good for, especially, if not better, to use on your skin. So your favorite Nutiva, whatever your brand is that you like, use it for your skin as well. And now I'm just going to take that and melt it down, and then we'll come back and finish it up. This is so easy. And in the meantime, you can get your containers ready. I'm going to use a glass container, and I believe I'll come back with it, but I've got a small plastic container to use as well. So let's go and melt that down, and then we'll be back to finish the project. Okay, we're back with our melted mixture for the facial cream, and at this point, have a wooden skewer is what I recommend for stirring, only because you'll have to really clean those spoons well after, whereas this you can just dispose of, but it's up to you. It's up to you. So just stir that real well. This is again just beeswax and coconut oil mixed together. And I have been reading up on an oil that I've had for a bit of a time that I wanted to use, and that's called rose hip seed oil. I have read that it's really good for sensitive skin, for premature aging, and for skin that has kind of had a lot of work as far as it's been out in the elements a lot. So if you're out in the sun a lot and your skin is starting to kind of feel it, this rose hip oil is a good one to add. Now it's optional. I'm making that one optional. It's not going to completely heal your skin if it's damaged, but I think you're going to find it's going to add a little bit of plumpness to your skin. So if you wanted to add to that, this would be the time to do it. If you don't want to add it, don't fret. It's okay. You don't need to have that in there. Also, if you want an essential oil, again, you don't need to. And if you don't have it, then probably the beeswax, depending on the type of beeswax that you use. The natural honey scent will come through, so you don't need to add scent to it. But if you do, I recommend a top note essential oil, which means something that's going to actually kind of evaporate quickly. You're not going to smell it all day. If you have something on your skin, especially around your nose or your face, you don't want to necessarily smell like patchouli, for example, which is a base note. You want something that's going to be a light, maybe refreshing. You can go with invigorating, a lavender, which is a little bit of more of a middle base. But so I'm going to mix that in at this point, right before I pour. These, by the way, will make nice gifts, and I have another video. I'll link to that if you want to give this for gift giving. There's some ideas and packaging for that on that video. So I've got my containers. I have some small containers that I get samples from various companies every now and then, and these were samples that I got from a company, and I'm going to recycle those into my cream here. So then just pour that in. This is so easy. Just remember, it's probably hot, your Pyrex, so don't hurt yourself. I mean, not even, yeah, I might have enough to fill these. By the way, if you have just a teeny bit of extra, what I always do is I just get like a little paper cup that I can, like a Dixie cup, that I'll put the rest in. And I just keep that in the bathroom and use that till it's gone. Like here, I still have enough to do. I think I'm going to use another small container. And if you think about it ahead of time, you can really plan this out by counting the amount of ounces that you have and deciding how many containers you need. Okay, so here's my final. Oh, that was a hot one. Yeah, this is hot. Be careful. Alright, I think I'm gonna, I could have used one larger container. This one right here, this large one, is actually a mason jar, so I think it's maybe a pint size, I'm not really sure. But those make great jars for gift giving. And then if you do use like a Dixie cup, I recommend just put two together to do that, because you don't want, if it's really hot and because of the natural oils, it might really absorb quickly, and you don't really want it to leak through the cup. Alright, there we go. We have plenty. And this right here will last quite a long time, and this will be double the recipe that's in the book. So the recipe actually lasts. The cream lasts a long time. You only need a little bit, like a pea-size amount on your face. And it really depends on the person how often you need to put something on your face. And it's fine to use under makeup, but if you do break out, then you want to stop using it. As far as breakouts, that's just because it's clogging your pores, not because it has something in it that's irritating your skin. Although if you make sure that your essential oil that you're using is something that your skin is not allergic to. And that's it. If you have any questions about the facial cream, don't hesitate to email me. It's Renee@hardlotion.com.